All right, guys, how's everyone doing? This is Paul Singh, the Market Speculator. We're going to talk today about Apple and what I see setting up here. Remount setup. We know Apple has taken a big dip here, and generally these types of dips are buying opportunities in Apple. But we don't blindly buy. We need these patterns. These patterns give us high probability trades if we identify a pattern that has been working, especially if it's in the toolbox of patterns we trade regularly. And we have that setting up here. That's the remount setup. The other reason we like it is it really helps define our risk and gives us good risk reward plays. And this is the type of thing that's much more important to a swing trader than just picking stocks and having a 70 or 80% win rate. We want to win a lot when we win compared to when we lose. So if we look here at Apple, you can see these arrows that I've drawn, that I've put in here. What these arrows correspond with are pullbacks that violated a key moving average and then remounted that level. So we see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times here that it's happened, going back to the summer of 2017. And each time these led to a winning trade. So you can see it happened here, remounted the moving average, we got a big run. Happened here, violated the 50-day moving average, we got the big run. And it also happened on the 50-day moving average right here, and then we got a huge run. Now, more important to us right now is the 200-day moving average, because that's what we've violated right here. 3 days ago, after this big pullback here and some negative earnings. But look what happened last time it pulled back. Apple had pulled back here from 180 all the way down to 150, so 30-point move to the downside. And then look what happened. Pulled back down, remounted that moving average. You had an entry here around 160, and the thing flew all the way to about 181. Now, if you entered here around 160, you're probably going to put your stop maybe 3 or 4 points, and it ran 20 points. So you were getting, maybe 5 to 1 on this trade, meaning every $100 you risked, you were making 500. That's fantastic. We're happy to get 2 to 1, and here we're getting 5 to 1. Same thing happened here. We had this pullback, remount entry right here around 168. Let's say we put our stop at 164, 4 points, and this thing ran, depending on where you got out, if you just got out right here, that was 190, 168, that was 22 points on $4 of risk. Again, we're talking about 4 to 1, 5 to 1, 6 to 1. And then we had, if you really held on, you had this huge run. And that setup could be setting up here again. So we have violated the moving average. And now we are just under that 200-day moving average. So a close here, the moving average is at 193.74. We'll say 75. Say you want a little more confirmation, and you enter up here around 196 maybe next week, just to make sure that level holds, because it is a little bit of a scary market right now, which may complicate this setup a little bit. But if we just took it purely on the setup, you enter here, let's say around 195, and you place a stop maybe at 189. So we're risking 6 points, maybe a little looser than some of these stops here. But we've got a lot of room here to the upside. Let's say we took it all the way to the next major resistance level, which would be the 50-day moving average. That's about 215. So you're entering at 195. Target is at 215. That's 20 points of potential profit, and you're risking about 6 points. So again, we're looking at 3 to 1, 4 to 1 on this. So risk $100, you might make 300 or 400, and you're only going to lose 100 if you lose. So essentially, you could have a 40% win rate on this setup, and over time, you are crushing it. And if you're up at 50, 60%, that's when the real big wins will start to come in over time. So really strong setup up here. Keep an eye out on Apple. There are other stocks putting in these setups right now as the market has been really beaten down. So keep an eye out, but Apple specifically, the setup has worked very well for it. Let's see how this thing plays out.